Check 1, 2. Check, check. Check 1, 2. Check, check. Check.
You good there? You good?
Well, just take down the Price's chair, it's never here. Just get off the Price's chair, it's never here. Price? Oh, you what? Yes, okay. Oh, it's on. Mic is on. Yep, okay, wow, there you go. You can take your mask off when it's your turn to speak.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and Dave, can you take pictures?
Yes, we'll get the mayor up with that.
Do you have like a good camera?
iPhone.
I have my old icon. You probably have a newer one than me.
Whatever they gave me is what I got.
Yeah.
That's like
You probably have a
I never even, I never
Yeah.
even had a cell phone
You've
until
got a better than
2 years ago when the gallery gave me one.
Yeah, my camera, this is my personal phone.
Yeah, I'll take a
Yeah. Not very
at
good.
the end. Sure. Absolutely. Plus I was on,
You were on, so that makes sense.
Hey, Greg, how are you? Oh, thank you.
And I didn't realize I was mostly veterans at Settled House.
Yeah.
So did you get the agenda sort of thing? Okay, good. So we'll invite you up to do the photo and unveiling. Yeah, well, I'll just still speak for a minute and a half, but he can just, yeah.
I was a best.
And John, you can speak a little longer.
Oh, yeah, exactly. That's how long as the clerk has coronary. So instead of two, I'll do four.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Are you putting the clock up?
And you can point out some of the things.
Yeah, oh, absolutely, that's right. Greg, I was talking to Rice yesterday.
The only counselor's not coming tonight is Rogers
It's really nice.
and Kate
Ah.
Rogers,
There it is.
deputy mayor's coming virtually.
Yeah, so we should probably get started, so we don't.
Yeah, there's a bunch not here, we might as well get going.
Yeah, it's not meant to be a.
All right, Dan, take it away.
Okay. Oh, I guess this isn't being televised or, no, okay. I guess we didn't really need the microphone, but, okay. Good evening, everyone. As you likely know, the city has a municipal art collection. We have over 100 pieces in the collection. They're displayed throughout City Hall and other municipal buildings. You've probably seen them going through City Hall. Additions to the collection are supported through Council's investment in culture, specifically through the culture plan implementation budget that's been made available annually since 2015. This latest acquisition is by Percy Sokobe of St. Mary's First Nations. We're going to be displaying it in the second floor committee room, and so that's why I wanted you to know about it. And so, you know, when you see it on the wall, you'll know how it came about. So a little background. Last summer, I asked members of the Arts and Culture Advisory Committee with expertise in the visual arts to form a subcommittee, including John LaRue, and Marie Malte from the UNB Art Center, and Kim Nash-Purley, who's on our committee as well. The purpose was to recommend local First Nations artists or artworks to add to the city's collection. Felt this was really important, but I have no expertise in that area. So we called in the experts on our advisory committee. So the committee had several discussions over several months and ended up recommending this piece by Percy called Connected. The piece was originally created digitally, as is often the way that Percy works. So last fall, we commissioned him to create this piece in acrylic on canvas. So he painted it over the winter and it was completed in March, but due to COVID, we didn't receive it till about June when it was safe to meet with him. So before we take a look at the piece, I want to ask John to talk about Percy's work. So as you know, he's a collections manager at the Beaver Art Gallery, recently received his doctorate. Congratulations, John. And he was one of the advisory committee members who recommended Percy's work, and he knows it very well. So please, John.
Thanks, Angela. Mr. Mayor, councilors, great to see some of you here and good to see the rest of you out in the netherworld. This is wild. You should be really proud of this event today. This is just a wonderful, wonderful thing. I'm going to take you back about 30 years or so. Back in 1990, 91, there was a young kid at FHS, and he would admit this himself, kind of a troubled kid, didn't have a great time at school, and he took a brand new course that was started there called the Native Arts Program. It was taught by Ned Bear, the late Ned Bear. And this kid was Percy Sokobi, and he didn't really have much of a direction at the time in his life, and he had some challenges. The art and the teaching through Ned gave him a focus, and he found his way. And not only did he find his way, he became, in my mind, kind of the next generation of really important Indigenous artists in New Brunswick, and a fantastic carver and a painter, and just a tremendous artist. And I think really one of the great New Brunswick artists who was really unheralded at a time, which is why 2 years ago, when I became curator at the gallery, I thought, well, I'm going to have an exhibition of Percy's work. And so here's a catalog that we did of his work. And it was actually the first one that we did in English, French, and Wolastoqey as well. So in the 3 languages, which was great. And so Percy's work is, unlike a lot of Indigenous work sometimes you see, which is sort of commercial in nature, and it'll often represent people with sort of West Coast regalia patterns or large feather chief headdresses, which are more typical of the plains. Percy has the motifs and the costumes and the plants, flora and fauna of this area. So it's absolutely grounded in Fredericton and the Wolastoq River, the St. John River. It's of this place. And so it has absolute cultural integrity and pride in this area. And so that combined with his absolute quality, and when you see this work, it's just astounding. And it's just this technical refinement and a sense of composition. It's just beautiful, stunning, powerful work. And so when we met as a jury, it was actually quite unanimous. In fact, it was probably the easiest jury I think we ever had, where Maria and I was like, well, there it is. It's with Percy, and then Kim agreed as well. So this work, I'll talk a bit about it once it's unveiled as well, but called Connected. He did it in 2018 originally, and then just painted it recently this year. I'll tell you one last thing about Percy, just to tell you the level of why it's so good that this choice was made. What a treasure that you now have in the collection of the city of Fredericton. And I think it's great that's going to hang in the committee room. About 6 months ago, I was in Ottawa working on a research project. So I was at the National Archives, something for the Beaverbrook. And the National Archives is about 3 buildings down from Parliament on the main street. And the archives closed. We walked down along Parliament to go get a cab to go to the airport. And the building literally right in front of Parliament, facing it. It's the former US Embassy, but it's now called the Indigenous Peoples House of Canada. And it just recently opened. But this was a few months ago, so it was still under construction. These mammoth windows, about the size of these, facing the front. And in all of them, they were backlit by Canada's greatest Indigenous artists, people, Bill Reid, like you say, Rebecca Belmore, people you knew, these iconic Canadian works. And I looked up in the upper left-hand corner, and I couldn't believe it. Honest to God, was this work by Percy Sokobi, which he just did a few months ago, which was a symbol of the Assembly of First Nations conference when they came here. So it was such a great moment to realize that here's this young man from this place, lived a life of art and culture dedicated to his people and to his community, and he's getting acknowledged nationally. And I felt so good and took some great pictures. He had no idea it was up there, but it was just really wonderful. So this is a young artist of national intention and renown and respect right now. So I really want to thank you and thank Angela for doing this. But you have an art treasure in your collection now, and I just think it's great. So kudos to you and kudos to Percy, and thank you, counselors out there for supporting this. But it's just a great moment for culture in Fredericton. So thank you.
Oh, we don't have to be too formal here. Let's unveil. Let's unveil. John.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, just a sec. We'll get the ready to unveil, and then the unveil.
Good, dude. Yeah.
Okay. Wonderful.
Okay.
Well, Dr. LaRue,
Yeah.
thank you for that. Well, yeah, he's a doctor.
Yeah.
This is a wonderful addition to our collection, and thanks for the team, the jury for putting this selection, and for Percy creating this. And it's all part of our appreciation and our reaching a deeper understanding of our neighbors and friends here. The Indigenous have been here for time immemorial, as I say, but we have our St. Mary's First Nation great here. And as Chief Poaches like to say, we're a suburb of St. Mary's.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of learning to do, and this is, my can't wait to maybe time that Percy can come here and explain it in detail to us, his thoughts, his emotions when he went through it. I'm sure you could do it, and we'll invite Percy sometime to do it. as
No,
well.
for sure. I'll give you,
Yeah,
Mayor
please.
Brad, just a 30 seconds of it. So as Councillor Erickson was saying, it's called Connected. And you can see it's his head that's connected, rooted in the ground. So it talks about the local flora and fauna. You can see the hummingbirds, which Percy really loves to use in a lot of his, the birds in a lot of his works. But through the sunrise or sunset coming behind the figure, which is deeply grounded in the earth, which of course is as something seeing themselves is very much connected to being of the land, and that it's all literally connected with this circle of life in the sun. And so it's a beautiful, beautiful work. And you have these patterns. The other thing is no one paints like Percy. This is absolutely unique, and just with a sense of colors. And again, he also takes some inspiration from traditional Wolastoqey beadwork, which you may know. You can see in the pattern of the plants up there. But it's a lovely work, and it's going to look great here in City Hall.
Good.
Thank you.
Want to get another picture? Who wants to gather around? Can we get a bunch in? John and I, for sure. No gatherings yet.
Yeah, that's great. Anyway,
Yeah.
thanks very much.
Good. Thanks, everybody. Great. That's going to hang in our committee room? In here, in your office, yeah?
Would you like that on the evening?
And our 7 o'clock meeting is in the back room.
Oh, they're moving there now, anyway, right? Okay. Okay, I've got to let John know.
Okay, thanks very much. Yeah, I think we can handle it.
If you're in this meeting already, this for regular city council at 7:30, Jennifer also has sent out a Teams link for CIC at 7 o'clock, which is in committee room. So you may just want to look for an earlier 7 o'clock invite from Jennifer for CIC. It's on a different link.
It's the only link I see, Adam, is what this one is. I see your invitation, but it's just Zoom.
So she has two. I'll find the other one and I'll forward it to everyone here right now.
Yeah, Adam, include me too. This is Dan.
Me too.
Yeah, I didn't see that previous one. It doesn't show up on mine. How you doing, Eric?
Good. Happy birthday.
Thank you, man.
So this is supposed to be a Teams meeting?
Yeah, I guess so.
I saw an email or something about that. So we should probably close out of here, eh?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. See you guys.
He'll be back in this link at 7:30. So keep this link handy. She just has a separate meeting for the 7 o'clock.
Clarification on tonight, 3:08.
You should have in your email now, Councilor Price, an invite for the Teams one at 7 o'clock.
Okay, thank you. Come on, baby.
CIC is on a Teams link that Jennifer sent out earlier. Just let me know if you don't have it and I can re-forward it to you, but they are on a different link in the other room. I'd like to join them there.
Adam, we don't have it.
but I don't think we need to attend. It's Janice and Michelle.
I didn't get anything else either. I don't think. It doesn't really matter as long as the counselors can get in.
Yeah, exactly.
They're all in, so, okay.
Okay.
Thanks.